Share Love Fund and CEO, and today we are going to learn the cues from the bestest. Peter Icavello from Presence Wellness in Westport, Connecticut, he is going to cue us into chicken pose. Now there are many different versions of chicken pose. The ultimate version we will do will look like this, but you don't need to do it yet. Peter will get us into it, and this pose is a whole lot of fun.
So yes, this pose is a whole lot of fun and similar benefits to like Murgasana because of the yogic squat nature of it. So chicken pose, a rarely used pose in yoga, but however, people that want to know everything about every pose that exists in yoga, this is for you. And for those of you who just want to have fun and play around with this pose, play around with the arm variations and stuff like that, you can have fun with this too. But remember, this is an advanced pose. You have to be stretched out. You have to be kind of warmed up for it because it requires a lot of effort to do the peak aspect of this pose, which we're not going to do today, but just know that. So I'm going to ask Ashley just to come into mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart, so about 6 inches to 8 inches away from each other. Your heels slightly pointed out, toes slightly pointed. That engages your glutes, engages your core. Now lift up through the crown of the head. Pull the belly in to support your spine and ground down through your feet. So press down through your feet as you rise up through the crown. So creating length in your spine, palms facing forward to open the heart, ready to receive this moment, ready to see yourself, witness yourself in this pose that we're about to do. So if you see yourself, we've said this many times, you're able to do this pose. But maybe your version of this pose, what we see in the books versus, or yoga journal versus what we can actually do, two different worlds. However, by achieving the pose at your peak, you're getting all the benefits that this pose supports. So from here, inhale, the arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Now from here, inhale, bend your knees all the way down so that your hips reach toward the earth. Draw the hands under, so you're gonna lift your hips up, so draw your hands under your thighs. And then maybe just bring your feet just slightly apart. And then from here, lower the hips down as you lift your heart, lift your chest, gazes forward. Gazes forward, so chicken pose. Some people, if you have the arm flexibility, shoulder flexibility, you're able to come up, lower your head, and bring your hands to your face or by your ears. I have to say, if you have very long arms, or gorilla arms, some of us have gorilla arms.
So the idea is,
yes.
For some people, the pose is actually the hands are touching the ear, but you don't want to compromise
the pose.
You don't want to compromise the neck having the soft gaze.
Exactly.
So for me to have my hands touch my head, I'd have to bend my head, but that's not the pose.
That's not the pose.
It's a soft gaze. So I'm going to take this from the side. So from Tadasana, feet hip width apart. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Half bend all the way to
Murgasana.
the squat. Maybe widen the feet a little if you have to. Hands around and kind of like a prayer position.
Yeah, and then have your gaze looking forward directly out in front of you. And if your arms are long enough or you have that gifted with that flexibility, you can begin to have the arms come up to the chin or ears. Yeah. And then from here, Ashley, begin to take the arms away from around and plant the hands onto the earth and come to a forward fold. Beautiful. Press into your feet, half lift. Inhale, exhale, mountain pose. Chicken pose.
And Peter,
very
I want
simple.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to thank you for giving us the cueing to come out of the pose, because so often in teacher training, we are cued on how to get into a pose, but what has been left unsaid is how to cue students out of the pose. So that was a really beautiful way to come out of it, so thank you.
Well, to me, it's like when you go into the pose, right? The last piece of the pose are the arms, right? So coming out of it, do you want to move your legs first or move your arms? So the way you went in, the last piece that you went into is the first piece you come out of. That's how every pose should be cued, and that's what makes it easier for yoga students to understand. Use the last pose, because that's the last thing in your memory, right? So that's how I cue poses. That's how I was taught that's how I was taught yoga. So thank you so much, Ashley, for demonstrating this wonderful pose, new to all of us here. I've seen this before, but I have never had the opportunity to cue it. So thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much, Peter, for teaching for our cause, and namaste.